Hey guys, Rubber Kitty here. So I was thinking the other day about forest fires and back burning while I was listening to another audiobook, and it was kind of brought into my mind because here in Australia, in order to stop bushfires, we do what's called back burning. And I know that there's like fires going over in California and stuff like that, where people have lost their homes. And one important thing about back burning is that there's a lot of dry stuff and leaves and all that compound and make a nice thick layer. And when that catches a light, it can really catch a light. And when it's been built up for years and years and years, it can create a really, really thick layer, which means that it's going to be insulated and it's going to burn really hot and really long and really intensely. This happened quite a few years ago, where in one of the states they had not allowed back burning. In Queensland they do. One of the reasons why they didn't allow back burning is because there's bushfires, they destroy everything. And they thought, hey, it's good we're protecting the environment. However, that also created conditions for later on when a forest fire did happen, is that it was a lot worse and a lot more destructive than it would otherwise, could have been. One of the key things about the Australian environment is that forest fires are actually necessary for the propagation and germination of some of our native wildlife, which was actually going extinct. Black boys, they're funny little grass trees that take forever to grow, and they do not flourish unless they have been through a fire, because then the seed goes, hey look, the conditions are going to be right for me to grow, and the seeds germinate. Now, what this has to do with people in general is that you need to check yourself on the occasion and do a bit of little back burning of your own sort of stubbornness, I guess, and what you think and you believe. You keep trying to reinforce all the time, but it's just not working. So if you don't do that on occasion, it is a lot harder and more intense when you do come across something that could absolutely blow your mind, could change your life. You resist it a lot, and it can actually be really devastating for some people to find out a lot of things about themselves. It can change their whole life, and it almost destroys them. So they usually tend to retreat and curl in on themselves or go up for their own righteous indignations and stuff. They tend to reinforce the narrative rather than having a look at the narrative and go, you know what, that's just not useful for me anymore. I'm going to change that. Now here's the thing, it's not always what you think is useful that can be the biggest change in your life. Example, the back burning. Plenty of people, particularly a lot of Greens at the time, said no, it's bad because burning the Aussie bush and all that sort of stuff, it's a bad thing because we're destroying plants, hurting animals and whatnot. But it's not always a bad thing to do stuff like that. I mean, it seems really destructive, but it isn't actually. It actually provides a benefit. Now that has to do with a lot of people's lack of knowledge and awareness. They didn't look into it all intensely, and they had good intentions, don't get me wrong, but it did cause quite a few people to lose their homes and their lives because of stuff like that. And to back burn your own life is not to burn all your bridges. I'm not saying that. That's a pretty silly thing to do. What I'm saying is that if you don't take the time out to occasionally look at your life and go, you know what, this is helping me, this is not helping me, or could this help me in the future? What is it doing for me now? Can I delay it? What do I need to get rid of? and sort of expunge out of my life, you know, and how can I do that in the best possible way where it's like quick and clean, or whether it's amicable or whatnot. And I'll tell you what, sometimes when you get rid of things that are, you know, in the best possible way, it's not always the the nicest way. Sometimes it's like ripping off that bandage. It hurts, but you know, you get it over and done with rather than delaying it for a long time. I mean, life can be hard enough as itself. Why are you going to make it harder for yourself, you know? And look at what you do. There's plenty of people I know who believe they're doing something different, but they're not really. It's the same attitude, the same thought processes, the same, you know. I guess I look at a lot of people and they keep going on, you know, stick it to the man. I go, yeah, you can do that. You stick it to the man and do that sort of stuff. But there's other things about, you know, changing the man. It's a lot, I don't say it's a lot harder, but it lasts a lot longer. So that little bit of pain, a little bit of backburning in your life can be hard for you to do, but it also stick a lot longer. And also when the time comes and someone lights a forest fire in your life, it's not going to be as devastating for you because, one, you don't have that much shit to burn, and two, you know how to deal with that stuff. You know, you've been through this before. You've deliberately put yourself out there and created some forest fires of your own life, and it's not become a massive firestorm. It's just a little bushfire that you can look at occasionally and hose it down. So anyways, early in the morning, a little colder today. It's going to be a bit colder during the rest of this week, so rug up. So low temperatures, single digits, but it's going to be like mid to early 20s in the sun. So that can mean you get to chill. Anyway, take care, guys. Look after each other and check out to see what you can backburn in your life. Doesn't have to be devastating. It can be start with a small fire first. You don't have to like have a firestorm. This is to stop those massive firestorms from really destroying your life. Okay? Love you guys. Bye.